Hello and welcome. Welcome back to another episode of An Unorthodox CEO. I, as always, am Steve Pickering, the CEO of Sussex Beds, and today we are going to answer some of your questions. Yes. So last week, in last week's episode, we said send your questions, and we've had an influx of questions. I don't know what they are, so it's completely. I'm completely in the dark, and I'm looking forward to answering your questions. But first, before we go on to the questions, hit that follow button. Yes, as always, hit that follow button. There was loads of you watching last week.
There was.
Yes, I think we had the most views ever.
We did.
On YouTube, so yeah, because you can watch it on YouTube, and yeah, we had the most number of watches.
Yeah,
watches.
It was brilliant.
I think that's the official term, anyway. Yeah, so lots of watches. So all of you people that watched last week, like and subscribe because you don't want to miss another one. So let's get on with your questions, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
So, Vic, questions from our lovely audience.
Yes, okay. So this first question for you is from Ellie.
Okay.
And it says, what can you see yourself doing if you hadn't gone into the family business?
If I hadn't gone into the family business, well, I do know this.
Okay.
I remember being back at school, and I remember my careers teacher saying, so what do you want to do with your life? Yeah. And I think he thought I was going to do something like an astronaut, because something random. But I knew exactly what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a redcoat.
Oh.
Yes, I did. Yes. He looked at me
Love
with
that.
some frown on his face.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I was like, I want to be a redcoat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
And he didn't really have an answer to what exams and things I needed to be a redcoat. Anyway.
I wonder what you do need.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, probably drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably
drama.
now. Yeah, but then it was probably just entertainers. So
Love
so
that.
a red coat.
Nice.
That was from Ellie, was it?
Yeah, that was from Ellie.
There we go. A red coat, Ellie. Thank you for the question.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
This question is from Steve Blunston.
Oh, yes.
And he says, when is the right time to grow your business? And is growing your business through opening more stores the most effective strategy?
So, first of all, when?
Yes, when is the right time to grow your business?
Well, I guess for me, I mean, you should always be looking for growth.
Yeah,
it doesn't always happen,
No.
but you should always be striving for growth and looking at opportunities to grow and increase sales or reach or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever stops. And I mean, there is the saying, isn't there? If you're not growing, then you're dying. So
Yes.
that's quite a famous business sort of phrase. And I think if you're not looking to grow and you just sort of think you're treading water, that's not good enough. You always need to be looking to grow and strive to do more. Now, that's not saying, and interestingly, I wrote this week, growth is not a straight line upwards.
No.
And I think most people would agree. You move forwards, and then you come a little bit back, and then you go forwards and back. But if you take a line of the ups and downs, it should always be going upwards and onwards.
Okay.
So yeah, and the second part of that question,
is growing your business through opening more stores the most effective strategy?
So yeah, if you look at our big, hairy, audacious goal, BHAG, you would see that we say we want to open a number of stores, and in our case it's 80 stores, and I think that was a good place to start. I don't know if that's where our BHAG will end. I think rightly so, you should be looking at all areas of opportunity. Opening a store is just one. There's so many opportunities to reach people, and I think if you look at us, I think we will change that phrasing we're currently working on what is our number of people that we help to improve sleep with per year. And then our goal should be wrapped around that. So if it was 10,000 people a year, which I think it's something around that now, then we should be striving to reach 20,000 or 40,000. And then that changes the mindset as to, well, we can open stores to reach more people, but also there's other opportunities. It could be e-commerce or in partnerships or different ways of reaching and serving more people. And I think that's where we will go. So I think Steve's right. Opening stores is just one area that you can reach people, but there's far more. And I think it's looking at it as a bigger picture, and you should be striving to help as many people rather than channel it to one specific way.
Love that. Okay, thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
So they've got a couple of anonymous questions now.
Okay.
So you are a Brighton football fan?
Well, I follow them.
You follow them?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So
I was there yesterday.
Oh yes, you were. This is
yes, when the mighty Brighton won 2-1 against the mighty City.
Big game.
Yeah, big game. Yes, yeah. And
enjoyable.
It was very enjoyable. Yes, yeah. Go the Seagulls.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
So do you prefer to be the coach on the sidelines or the captain on the pitch?
Oh, that is good. I think my skill set is more the coach on the sidelines.
Yeah.
And I guess really when I'm thinking of that question, I'm thinking of in the book Traction, they speak of really two leaders in a business. There's the visionary, what I would say the CEO, the visionary, the strategy, and then you have the MD, the integrator, the person that's pulling the sleeves up in there, keeping people accountable and making things happen.
Yeah.
I would say I'm more the CEO, the coach on the sidelines with the vision and the goals and the strategy than the MD.
Yeah.
I suppose looking at myself, I don't see myself as a great MD. I think I'm too nice.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Whereas the CEO, I like the shiny, sparkly stuff and where we're going stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's where I would see myself.
Nice.
Coach on the side.
Coach on the sidelines. Okay. Another one.
Yeah.
What skills will be most valuable for employees in the next 5 years?
Oh, I think flexibility.
Okay.
AI obviously is been touted everywhere, and it's becoming more and more integrated into our business. It went from what is AI to virtually every department using it in some form or other.
Yeah.
And I think jobs will change rapidly over the next 5 years. Data and I suppose repetitive tasks will be replaced by AI.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think people need to then be able to step up, learn new skills on the flip, being able to pivot. And I think that is going to be a key skill for any employee in any business. And I think you're going to see that rapidly change quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. Right, next question is from Josh.
Yep.
He says, it's a two-parter.
Okay,
So,
yes.
What is Steve's favourite ever gang show moment?
My favourite ever gang show moment. Do you know, it goes back a long way, actually. And it goes back to I would think in the late 80s. And I remember this vividly. And we were doing this big musical item. It was quite a serious item.
Yeah.
And there was this one bit where everybody was off stage apart from this serious bit of this item. There's two people singing to each other. It's dramatic. It's emotional. And there was 2 choruses very similar. Yeah, and we
Okay.
had to come in on the second chorus.
Okay.
Yeah, so otherwise it would just... And I remember everybody's at the side of the stage, and it come to the first bit of chorus, and one of the cast members thought it was the second bit.
Oh no.
And just walked on his own, and they're singing at the front,
Yeah.
and he just stood there and put his hands on his hips,
Really?
and the rest
Okay.
of the cast, all backstage, are crying with laughter. And when it did actually come to our part, coming
Yeah.
on, everybody, so this is like 60, 70 people all coming back on.
Okay.
You know, a really serious item, and everybody is just crying with laughter. The director at the time was not impressed,
Was he
and didn't take it as funnily as what we took
What
it.
you thought it was?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, but that is a very memorable moment
Love
that's
that.
has stayed with me ever since.
Yeah. Okay. So the second part is, if you could perform one sketch or musical number at a gang show and
Yeah.
then perform it in the West End, which show or what song would that be?
So there's a sketch I did, with a really good friend of mine, Kitson Wellard, if you're listening, and he'll know this one.
Yeah.
And all I've got to say is, and he'll know exactly what I'm going to say now.
Okay.
So there's a 2 Ronnies sketch,
Yeah.
where they go in, one of the 2 Ronnies walks into an optician's.
Yeah.
And his eyes are so bad, he starts reading all the furniture as the letters. So, can you see the letter? And he says, no, that's the hat stand. Anyway, look it up on YouTube.
Really?
Go
Okay.
and watch it. It's, The Opticians by 2 Ronnies. We did this, and do you know what? It's still one of the sketches that everybody still talks about. That was blooming years ago. That one.
Okay.
We only ever done it once,
Really?
but it was really
You've got
cool.
a big anniversary coming up.
Yeah, 60
Yeah.
years of Hastings Gang Show,
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah.
So-
Tickets are available right now.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
plug that. Nice. Love that. Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Some more anonymous questions now.
Okay, go on.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a business today?
Okay. Founding a business, I think read the E-Myth. Yeah, because if you're starting a business today, you're probably working for someone, and you are very good at what you do, and you probably think, I can do this myself.
Okay.
And you can. I would first of all go out right today and go and buy the E-Myth, because it really does explain really well how your mindset has to shift from being a technician in a business to being a business owner, and it's very different. And I would start with that, so that you go into business with the right mindset, because being good at your craft is one tiny segment of running a business. You
Okay.
need to know so much. You need to know marketing, finance, HR. Well, probably not HR to begin with, but if you get my gist, you need to be have knowledge. I don't say you need to be brilliant at all of it, but you need to have knowledge in it all.
Okay.
And I think that's the first thing I would do. The other thing, as soon as you can, get a business coach.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Important. Good. Okay. What advice would you give to someone aiming for a leadership role?
I think commit fully. And if I look at leadership, it's not 9 till 5.
No.
It is much more than that, and you need to be getting yourself ready for that mindset. You need to be ready for challenges, knocks, because there's far more knocks than there are wins. And I think probably the biggest thing you need to be successful in leadership or running your own business is resilience, because it is relentless and tough and hard, and knock after knock, after knock after knock after knock, a win, and then some more knocks. And it's that resilience to keep getting it up brushing yourself down, getting your mindset right, and I think that for me is absolutely crucial. Probably more than knowledge, skills, or certificates, exam results. For me, that's what you need, is resilience.
Okay, brilliant. Where is it? This one. Okay, this one next.
Yeah.
How do you know when to take a risk versus play it safe? Or do you ever know?
I think there's calculated risks. And I think really, if I look at my father, he was the entrepreneur in a true fashion. I'm just going to go and do that. Open a sports shop. I'm just going to go do that. Start a scaffold company. I'm going to go do that. Open a shop. Yeah, I've never been in a shop. And that is true entrepreneurial, but risky.
Okay.
If I look at myself, when we open new stores, we'll have data on I suppose, how many consumers are our sort of demographic within an area. We'll know roughly what sort of affluence and what sort of revenue you're going to get out of it. So I think it's a lot more calculated. That doesn't mean we get it right all the time. In fact, definitely not. But I think it's more calculated. But you have to take risks. Doing nothing gets you nothing.
Yeah.
and you have to take risks. I think, but they are more calculated, more controlled, but you have to take risk. And some you win, as we were just saying.
Totally.
But most you probably lose. The knocks, but you can keep trying, poking. But the big expensive ones, then I suppose we look in more detail. But we take risks every day. I mean, I'm constantly saying to you, try it, do it. Say
exactly.
It.
Why not?
Because you won't ever. You've got to fail to learn what wins. And I'm sure when I'm challenging you, it's much easier.
Oh, okay, we'll do it then. Yeah.
It's far much easier to say no than to say yes. Because there's no risk in saying no. No, we won't do that, because there's no risk in that.
Yeah.
Saying yes is you've got to.
Okay.
Let's have a go.
Nice. Thank you. So we've got a question from Lisa Marie now.
Hello, Lisa.
This is a bit more Sussex Beds based.
Sussex Beds, yes.
What are things we can do in store at Sussex Beds to get our name out there?
I suppose the obvious one, and there's one that you would root for, is share, like.
I would.
And
yes, very much
social
so.
media out there. There's nothing more powerful than recommendations and references from people not connected, or we will say that we're the best all the time. Yeah. But for somebody else to say, wow, they're good. Is far more powerful. It's a bit like the same old adage, isn't it? That if you, for every customer that you don't do a good job with, they will go off and tell 15, 20 people how bad you are. Doing a good job, you're probably going to say 3 or 4. But that recommendation, the power of someone saying, these guys were great. And I suppose really that's what our team can do, is just keep championing what a great place it is to work.
Exactly.
It's not just about the products and selling the products, but the more that's championed, the more that will spread. But thank you, Lisa. And you're doing a great job, by the way, Lisa.
Yeah, definitely. What is our next question? Here we go. If Sussex Beds had a time machine, which year would you visit and why?
Which year would I visit? I suppose I would go back to the late 80s when things were a lot simpler. Life was a lot simpler. our business was a lot simpler. You bought product, you sold product, and it was just, I suppose we were naive. It was on the wave of this, everything was great. We were invincible.
Yeah.
And that's probably, and then I think it was 1990, the first recession really that we sort of really went through, and that was the first wake-up call to actually, you're not as good as you think you are. So that naive period of the late 80s, where everything was just untouchable and we were just fabulous, riding that wave of just invincibility. Yeah.
Okay, this is our last question.
Okay, last question.
What is something you do? What? You do to try and... Oh, I wrote that. Bloody hell. Okay, we'll try again.
Okay.
What is something you do to try and help you get to sleep when you can't? A tip for everyone.
Well, I don't struggle getting to sleep, and in fact, Paula would. Yeah, she would agree with that. I'll hit the pillow and I'll be gone within seconds.
Well,
but I do in times of pressure and fear and all of that sort of stuff. I can wake up at 2:00 in the morning, and then your mind starts racing, and everything starts ticking away. And there's probably a few things you can do, and we worked with a sleep expert year before last, and there was a couple of things that he brought up. One of them is writing down all of the things that you're on your mind and ticking through. Just write them down. Have a pad by your desk, because you sleep at your desk, on your bedside, or something that you can just grab. Even notes on your phone, even though you're not supposed to have your phone by your bed, but we all do. Jot down all of the thoughts that are going through your head, and then you're then taking them off your mind and putting them onto a piece of paper or a pad or whatever it is, so that you can try and stop thinking about that. And I think the other thing was he done something called body scanning, and you lay in bed, and you focus your mind on your toes, and you focus on your toes so that you feel your toes. You're feeling each and every toe. You work up to the underside of your foot, your heel, your ankle. You're coming up your leg and to the back of your leg, and you feel the back of your leg and to your knees, and then basically you go all the way up through your body, feeling all of the different bits. And then once you get to your head, you come back down, feeling your nose, your chin, and scan all the way down to your toes. And by the time you you won't get to your toes, because you've taken your mind off the thing that's keeping you awake, and suddenly you can drift off again. And I have done that a few times too.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. So thank you, Giles. Yeah, great tip.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Thanks, Steve. Okay, well, that is the end of our questions for today.
Well, that's good.
We've had
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, so did I. It was good.
Yeah, nice and relaxed.
We'll definitely do that again.
Yes. So more questions. Yeah, any questions, anytime. Send them in. Yeah. So that's it, is it?
That is it.
Yeah, we'll wrap this up for another week then. Yeah, so that's a wrap. I've been asked to remind you by Vic, please hit that like and subscribe button so you get notified when any episodes come out. And don't forget, leave us a review or rating, or just send us some comments.
Yes.
Next week, we're going to be joined by my sister Sue, and we're going to be talking all things product.
We are.
And for those that don't know, so Sussex Beds products, we create our own. So they're all Sussex Beds products or our own brands, or for different needs and benefits. And we're going to be talking about that because it's quite unique in our industry of how we do that and why we do that, and what our products are all about. So you're going to learn all about beds and mattresses.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
So, that's soon, next week. Don't forget, every episodes drop every single Wednesday. So don't forget to tune in. And if you need any more unfiltered business talk, you can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn at an Unorthodox CEO. Almost. So if you're watching or listening as you're waking up, good morning and welcome to another podcast. You might be eating your lunch, so enjoy that, Sani. If you're driving, drive safely as you're listening. And if you're in bed listening to us, good night. And we'll see you next week.
Good night.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.